And so many issues that I raise in the Ag Committee, Minister, we're told, European directive, European directive. That's what we're told. But it's been signed over by Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. That's not what you tell us. And what happens then when we don't comply with an EU directive? A fine. Paid by who? Not by the minister who signed over. No, the Irish people. Minister, your immigration policy has been an absolute shambles. You have disrespected the people of this country. Communities where I'm from, where every day I'm asked, what's happening to the building? And I come in here and I ask you, and I ask your leader, and no response. Engaging with property owners who tell me they're developing a hotel, only to find out later a leaked document suggests it's going to be an IPAS centre. That is what you have done. You have treated the people of Ireland like mushrooms. You're keeping them in the dark and you're feeding them rubbish. And after a year, 2 years of raising this, what have you done? Nothing. And then you sign the EU Migration Pact. So you can't manage the system. So you say hand it over to our European overlords. Let them decide. Well, Minister, I have a message for you. If you cannot manage your department, hand over the reins to someone who can. Don't hand it over to the European Union. We go to the people seeking a mandate to govern this country, make decisions for the welfare of our people. And you turn around and you cede power to the European Union. That's what you've done. And it's so frustrating. 100 years of our anniversary of this republic. And on that anniversary, your MEP, Sean Kelly, said 70 to 80% of our laws are made from Brussels. And so many issues that I raise in the Ag Committee, Minister, we're told, European directive, European directive. That's what we're told. But it's been signed over by Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. That's not what you tell us. And what happens then when we don't comply with an EU directive? A fine. Paid by who? Not by the minister who signed over. No, the Irish people. And the reality is, in relation to the EU Migration Pact, that we don't have the ability in its current form to process asylums. And I do believe that we are looking at fines down the line. But on the point, and the points that were raised in relation to the EU Migration Pact, were things that we could have implemented ourselves. And that is the truth. And you can't argue with that point. Because what was sold to the Irish people was that this is a pact that's going to streamline the immigration system. This is a pact that's going to speed up processing times. As if to say that we couldn't do that already. And you know that we could. But we didn't have the will. And that is deeply, deeply shocking. That you seek a mandate from the Irish people and you hand over power to Europe. And then, when it hits the fan and we have a fine, we say, nothing got to do with us. EU says so. And it is despicable. Minister, in my short time left, I want to raise one big issue. The issue of IPAS centres going into communities and no say from local communities. Section 5 applications are being submitted right across the country. In my own constituency last week, 2 Section 5s were submitted. One for Kevin Barry Street in Ballina, the other is in Abbey Street in Ballinrobe. And I did some research in relation to the companies. The company in relation to Kevin Barry Street in Ballina, you'd want to be an investigator to understand what's happening. It is submitted by Fortbait, Orgra, Tiandora, and basically, I don't have time to go into the detail, but this is a company that's owned by another company, that's owned by another parent company, TMN Developments, which is in turn owned by a UK company. And you are making millionaires of these shell companies that are operated in other parts of the country.